Welcome to Kendra's Artistic Crochet Designs. And we are at our August calendar blanket. Yay! August, I can't believe it. This year is going so fast that it's just so crazy. I don't know about you, but I think it's going really fast. So we are going to make sun appliques. And I found this ombre called Sunrise Ombre. And it is a big twist yarn, 269 yards. I think I got this, I usually get this on sale because I think it's like $3 and something, which is not expensive yarn. But it's soft, just like Hobby Lobby yarn. Like, it feels like the Hobby Lobby yarn. I love this yarn. So, I like that big twist, and it is cheaper than Hobby Lobby yarn. Even when Hobby Lobby yarn is on sale, it's even cheaper when it's on sale. Because I think it's like $2 and something for a skein of that when it goes on sale. Okay, so I've got it connected on here, and I'm going to chain 3 from here. We're on this corner, and I'm going to put a double crochet in there. And today on Wednesday, we made a washcloth using the offset cluster stitch. And that's what this is, the offset cluster. And I thought that's a really neat stitch. So we are doing the offset cluster stitch with this. But I am going to do it a little bit differently than what we did on that washcloth. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start out with three double crochets. So we're going to put a double crochet in the next 3 stitches. Oh my gosh, that is going to look so cool. Okay, and now I'm going to we're going to chain 1, skip the next stitch, and then we're going to put a double crochet in the next stitch. And this is the stitch that I am going to put the offset cluster in. So we're going to wrap the yarn, go around this double crochet that we just made, and then go through 2. Wrap the yarn, go around it, go through 2. Wrap, go through 2. So that's 3 times. We got to do, yeah, that's 3 times. We got to do 2 more. This is number 4. We got to do this around 5 times. And you should have 6 stitches by the time you're done. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 loops, I mean. 6 loops on your hook. Then you're going to wrap your yarn and go through all 6 of those and chain 1. So that is like the offset cluster. We're going to skip the next stitch, and then we're going to double crochet into the next 5 stitches. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we're going to put 1 double crochet in the next 5 stitches. Then we're going to chain 1, skip 1, and double crochet in the next one. And we're going to do our offset cluster. on that one. So there's 3, this is 3, 4, 5. Go through all 6 of those, chain 1, skip the next one, and then we're going to put 1 double crochet in the next 5 stitches. And then after that, we're going to chain 1, skip 1, and double crochet in the next one. And you're going to do your offset cluster again. 2, 3, well, wait a minute. Alright, there's 1. We got to go through 2 stitches. There we go. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And you should have 6 stitches left. Go through all 6 of those, chain 1, skip the next stitch, and then put again. So this is what we're going to do. We're going to do this pattern all the way across until you get to the corner. I will come back when we get close to the corner so that I can show you what to do. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so you're going to do this cluster after every 5 stitches. You're going to make that offset cluster. That looks pretty cool, don't it? I like that. And this new ombre yarn looks pretty neat. Okay, so I am going to do mine off camera, and then I'm going to be back when we are close to the next corner so I can show you what to do. All right, we'll see you then. All right, so I am at the end, but I have to show you something first. This yarn, I've never crocheted with this yarn before, and I just love the way this went into, like, this has got like a dark orange, and then it's got yellow bits all through it, you know, and then it goes into this light yellow with orange bits all through it. You could see the orange bits, and then it goes that way for a while, and then it gets into a dark yellow, and we're still getting a little bit of orange bits going through that, and the light yellow too. So there's like light yellow bits in this and a little bit of orange too. So this yarn is so interesting. So we come up here with a cluster, and then we're skipping this stitch, and we have 5 stitches. We need 3 stitches before we start the corner. So I am going to get rid of a couple of these stitches. So I'm just going to go and do a invisible, because I only want 3 stitches. So I'm doing an invisible decrease, 2 of them actually, so that I have 3 stitches. So this way we have 3 stitches before we start the corner. So now we're going to, in the corner, we're putting 2 double crochets in there, chain 2, and 2 double crochets to turn the corner. And now we're going to start out with 3 double crochets after the corner. Okay, and we're going to chain 1, and then we're going to skip 1, and we're going to start our clusters. So we're doing this cluster, 2, 3, 4, 5. Should have 6 loops. Yep. Go through all 6, chain 1, skip the next one, and put 5 double crochets. And then put a double crochet in the next 5 stitches. 3, 4, 5. And you're going to continue like that all the way around the blanket, doing our chain 1, skipping 1, and making a double crochet to do your cluster around, and just keep going like that. With, you know, just before the corners, make sure you have 3 stitches before the corner and 3 stitches after the corner. Okay, so I will meet you at the end of round 1 of this, and we will start round 2, which is totally different. So I will meet you then. Okay, we're back, and I am finishing up the row 1. So I'm going to put 2 double crochet and finish off this corner, and then I'm going to half double crochet in the top of this chain 3. To finish that corner off. Okay, so here is row 2. We're going to chain 3 and then put a double crochet in that corner. Alright, and now what we're going to do is we should have 5 stitches here. We do. We're going to put a double crochet in each of those 5 stitches. And then there's a chain 1 space. I'll put a double crochet in there. And then this is the top right here. And you see that? This is the top of, just go in there and put a double crochet on top of there. And then there's a chain 1 space on the other side. And we put a double crochet there. And that's all we're doing, is we're double crocheting all the way around this. So chain 1 space, and then right here at the top of this, you just got to get that right there, and then the chain 1 space, and then double crochet. And when you get to the corners, it's 2 double crochet, chain 2, 2 double crochet, and you're just doing that all, we're just going to double crochet all the way around it. So we will be I will be back with you once row 2 is done, and then I'll let you know what we're going to do next. Okay. Alright, so we are at the beginning of the second row. I finished off that corner and did my double crochet, or half double, to finish that off. We're going to chain 3 and put another double crochet in there. And what we are going to do, we're going to double crochet in the next 3. Just like before, and chain 1, skip the next one, and double crochet in the next. And then we're going to do Going in here 5 times. One more. Just like we did before on the first row. Going to chain 1. We're going to skip 1. And then we're going to double crochet in the next 5. Let's see. Make sure you guys can see me. And then after you double crochet in 5, we're going to chain 1, skip 1. That puts these clusters, offsets them. So we have a cluster here, see, it offsets them, and it puts them right in the middle of the 2. So essentially, it is exactly row 1 again. We are repeating row 1. Wait a minute, we have 6. No, one more. Chain 1, skip 1. Double crochet in the next 5. Okay, so we are repeating row 1, and because of the stitches being added on the corners, it is kind of made these offsets, these in the middle. I like that though. That's pretty cool. So we'll do the rest of this row and repeat row 2, which is nothing but double crochets, is row 2, repeating row 2, and then we will be back after that, and I'll let you know what we're going to do next. Okay, so here we are at the end of row 4. We've done 4 rows of this, and that is going to be enough rows. I think that's going to be enough. So we I'm starting my white, that I've been putting this white in between these, and I'm going to chain 3 and put a double crochet in there in that corner. And then I'm just going to, just like we did on row 2, we're just going to double crochet in every stitch around. And I kind of wanted to explain this to you too. As you could see, I put 2 different. I needed 3 skeins almost. It was about 2.5 skeins to do this because this is so big. And I did the big twist yarn. And first, like I showed you, I did the sunrise ombre. So I did the sunrise ombre. I did that first, and then this yarn that's got the white and the orange and the pinks all through it. I love this yarn. And it is called Warm Brights. So it had orange, yellow, pinks, as you could see, white, 2 different pinks, had this orange. in this yellow. And then right after I ran out of that second yarn, which was this one, I went back to the ombre and finished it off with the ombre. So I just thought this looks so cool. And then I had this ombre left over. I decided to make a sun applique. Isn't this the most beautiful sun applique? I just love this. Anyway, I'm going to show you how to make this sun applique. This is the coolest thing ever, this sun applique. And it'll go in the corners really nice, even though it's the ombre colors. It'll still go in the corners very nicely once I get that white on. And then I'm going to put one in each corner at the sun. But these are all going to be just like my flowers. These are all going to be free. So I'm just going to sew it in the middle only. Sew it down with the middle only. That'll be so neat. Anyway, so I'm excited about that. So let me show you how to make that sun. I got this from, this is a free pattern on YouTube, and it is from Yarnish_love. How to crochet an applique. She is awesome. So I just thought, well, I'll show you how I learned it from her. She used a 3.5 millimeter hook. I'm using a 4. And I'm taking this yarn. Anyway, we're going to make a magic circle and chain 3. And then we're going to put 12 double crochets in the magic circle. Can you see? I want to make sure you can see what I'm doing here. Yeah. So we're making 12. So there's 3. We're not counting this chain 3. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And we're going to shut that up, that magic circle, and we're going to skip over that chain 3 and go to the very first double crochet that we made and slip stitch into it. It pushes the chain 3 to the back, and this is a really neat technique that it kind of gets rid of the gap right there. It'll get rid of that gap. Now again, we're going to chain 3, and we're going to, in that same stitch, we're going to put 2. Is that the right stitch? Yeah. 2 double crochets in there. Because I'm not counting, again, I'm not going to count this chain 3. So we're going to put 2 double crochets in every chain around. And by the end of the second round, you should have 24 double crochets. So keep going around until we get 24. This yarn is so cool to make suns with. Oh my goodness. It is so neat. Now we're going to skip this chain 3 and I'm going to slip stitch into that first double crochet that we made. Okay, now into this first stitch we're going to go to the back loop only, slip stitch there, and we're going to chain 3, and then we're going to do 2 double crochets together. So we're going to wrap our hook and go into that back loop and then just go through 2. Then we're going to wrap our hook and go back down into there and bring it out and go through 2. Now you have 3 on your hook and you go through all 3. Okay, so we're going to chain 3 and you're going to go back to the very first stitch that we made of that chain 3 and make a slip stitch into it. So I'm trying to think of that. Begins with a P. What is that called? From there, you're going to chain 4. And then you're going to slip stitch back down into here again. That is your first sun ray. Isn't that so cool? It's so easy. Slip stitch into the next chain or back loop, slip stitch into the next stitch in the back loop. We're working in back loops only in this row. Then we're going to chain 3 and we're going to start that over again. And you're going to do your 2 double crochet together. Okay, and then you're going to chain 3. And then go back down into that first chain and slip stitch into it. The first chain that we did, chain 4. And then go all the way back down in and slip stitch down in there. Now we have 2 rays of the sun done. Alright, so then we're going to slip stitch in the back loop of the next stitch. And slip stitch in the back loop of the next stitch. And that's where you start your next ray. So you should have 12 rays done by the time you're done with this. And we're going to chain 3, 4. Oh my goodness. And by the time you go all the way around the sun, you will have 12 rays. And then you'll just, you'll slip stitch back into this down in here. And then you'll cut it off. And then sew in your ends and sew it on to whatever you want. I just love this pattern. So you just keep on going until you have 12. And this is such an easy pattern, and I just love it. I want to thank you guys for watching, and have a great day. And bye-bye now.